I'm here to talk to you about one of my pet projects today, Kshetra Sangeetam. Sangeetam everybody knows, but what exactly is a Kshetra? Among the many definitions, one is that a Kshetra is, as we say in Tamil, a Padal Petra Sthalam, which means that this temple or this Kshetra has been sung about by the Alvars and the Nayanmars. So this by default makes the temple older than or one that has been in existence from before the 10th, the 9th century AD. Now what is it that makes a place so rich spiritually? What is it that draws so many devotees to it? Did Nataraja really dance in Chidambaram? We don't know. It's a matter of faith. But for people who do believe, they throng these places and pour out their faith into these temples, which again enhances the power of the place and the tradition continues. Isn't it amazing that somebody like Sri Muthuswami Dikshithar, who lived so many years in Kashi, should come back and as he is climbing the hills of Tiruthalli should break into song. Shri Nathadi Guru Guhu Jayati Jayati Shri Chidanandanathokamiti Santatam Redini Bhaja Shri Nathadi Guru Guhu Jayati. And this song is perhaps one of the most sophisticated, magnificent songs ever composed. There are any number of such examples. A Kshetra draws to it not only devotees or devotees in the form of composers, saints, philosophers, and these people have poured out their heart in the form of various compositions, various hymns in idolizing the deity. And it's amazing when we think of the time when they had done this, when there was no conveyance, there was hardly any, there was no GPS, there were no route maps, they had to go on foot or at best a bullock cart. They had no shelter from the vagaries of nature, they had no protection from robbers, food was hard to find. Yet, they had such determination that they did want to go to these important kshetras and have a darshan of their deity and sing out their faith. Now, Kshetra Sangeetam focuses on a syncretic presentation, a bringing together of the spirituality, the faith, the religious significance and the musical richness of these places. It is a very painstaking project, but for me it has been a labor of love. I begin with identifying the kshetra that I would like to work about. And then comes the important task of identifying compositions and particularly the authenticity of these compositions. Take for instance Tanjavur. When we say Tanjavur, we immediately think of the big temple and Brihadishwara. Listen to this song. Prasanna Venkateshwaram Bhajare Vati Vasanta Bhairavinutam Shriye Prasanna Venkateshwaram Bhajare. I wouldn't find fault with you if you were to think, is this Tirupati, is this Srirangam, or what Kshetra this is. But listen to the Samashti Charna. Prasiddha Tanjanagara Sthitam. Yes, this is a composition on Tanjavur. Prasiddha Tanjanagara Sthitam. It was an interesting revelation to me that Tanjavur is also one of the Divya Desams, and it is a combination of 3 Perumal temples here that makes it a Kshetra. Another very interesting revelation was while I was doing Srirangam. There's a beautiful composition by Sri Padaraya. Kangalithyatako Kaveri Rangane Nodada Kangalithyatako There is a reference to the Chandra Pushkarni in this composition, which is the Tirtha of the Srirangam temple. So it's very exciting, very interesting, very enlightening to be involved in such research and to unearth such compositions or to recognize a popular composition being in praise of a particular deity in a particular kshetra. My Kshetra Sangeetam journey has taken me to 20 different kshetras, because it has all been a virtual journey. Beginning with a place like Kanchipuram, which has temples on Kamakshi, on Perumal, on Shiva, or to Chidambaram, which is more Shaiva site, but which also has a Govindaraju Perumal Sannidhi, to Srirangam and Tirupati, which are almost entirely Vaishnava temples, to Tiruvarur, which is a completely Shaiva temple. And it was also a revelation that very important sites like temples like Sringeri and Guruvayur are actually not a Padal Petrasthalam or a Divya Desam. However, because of the strength of the spirituality of these temples, they have drawn millions of devotees and become stronger by the day. The latest in my Kshetra Sangeetam presentation focused on Kumbakonam in connection with the Mahamaham this year. It was indeed a wonderful experience singing about Kumbheshwarar, Sarangapani, Mangalanayaki. Well, to me, Kshetra Sangeetam is all about being on a trip, and I'd be delighted if you could join me on my journeys.